say, what does it matter now? They're
Some
dead.
Some people say.
What does it matter now?
Some
They're
people
dead.
say.
Can you play that clip again?
Famous podcast
play
host
that
says
clip
some
again.
people say.
Play that clip again.
Hey ladies and gentlemen, as usual, I try to find the good stuff, and there is one at PBD. Interesting podcast, a man with too much money, but he likes to talk, so he dedicates in something that he earns less, but he receives more. I enjoy people that have a different value system, especially when they invite people from totally different perspectives just to have the chat.
You were very eloquent on the way you defended Hillary Clinton, on who she was when it comes down to politics.
Ooh.
Are you still close to that family?
I'm not.
Okay. So who do you think between the two was a better politician? You think Bill's the better politician? Do you think Hillary's the better politician?
I don't think Hillary was a particularly good politician.
Okay, so she's a better strategist, you would say. She's more strategic, power.
She is a classic blooming where she's potted kind of public official. That
Yeah.
Everything that she has been given to do. I watched her, as a rookie elected official come into New York and become an amazing senator. I watched her at Secretary of State be like she blooms where she's potted. She knows government well. She's smart as a very, very smart person.
Yeah.
But I
Okay.
can tell you that it's hard. I think it was hard for her to get her sea legs, being the first woman candidate of a major party. I think it was hard for her to get her sea legs in the framing of Bill Clinton's wife. I think it was a lot of things were a lot of challenge she faced that you and I would not face on the campaign.
Do you think
trail.
she's a good person?
I do.
Okay. So,
If you have a secret server and you're using it, and it caused a lot of people to experience something very bad, and then when they try to investigate it, they accidentally deleted everything. I don't know. I'm not sure if you're a good person, but who am I? I don't work for the FBI, so I don't know nada.
when we, announced the fact that we're interviewing you, we kind of crowdsource with the audience, what questions do you want to ask? And then our research team will go and say, hey, is there any credibility to this or not? And then we don't waste our time. So, hey,
Okay.
we're having Anthony Weiner on. Great. So you have to ask him about Frazzle Drip. Go look it up. Oh, this video is a deep fake. No, any credibility to it on what happened with Hillary Clinton, Huma, and all this stuff? Nope, we're not going to ask him about that because I don't yet see a real source. A lot of it was stuff that, conspiracy, all this stuff that's being said. We're not going there. Yeah, you need to ask him about Pizzagate because that's exactly what's going on with kids. Yeah, no, we're not going there. That's not something we're going to be asking him about. Yeah, you need to ask him about this, and you need to ask him about this. I said, okay. All of these things that they said we have to ask you about. To be fair, it's Bill Clinton officiated your wedding with Huma, your wife, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
So you've been very close, and your wife, is it still wife or is it ex-wife? I think it's separated since 2017, right?
We're separated. We co-parent Jordan, but we're separated.
Okay. And, she was a right-hand person to Hillary Clinton in 2016 while the scandal was taking place.
For years before that,
Yeah.
she was with Hillary she's 20 years.
And the whole thing with the life insurance, the email, 650,000, one folder with the word life insurance and the files that are in there. So the next thing that people said you got to ask him is the following. So, Rob, if you can pull up this story, I'm not going to buy into this one. Well, 9 out of 12 cops, NYPD, who saw the email and saw what was in that laptop, committed suicide. And
I had the feeling that we're going to talk about that. A lot of people kind of know too much, and they kind of disappear. Which begs the question, why are you still alive?
it was, 7 of them since June, and it was the most ever that this took place, and these are the men that committed suicide. So then we went and looked it up, and we're like, no, they did commit suicide, but it wasn't linked directly to seeing the laptop or the intel there, no problem. So again, no credibility there, so there's no reason to ask you the question about
Debunked. It has been debunked. It's okay.
the 9 out of 12 cops that saw it
You
in
shouldn't even be
NYPD.
listing them and giving it oxygen.
No, my
but
job
go
is to
ahead.
listen because I like to
No,
read.
list them. You shouldn't be listing these things.
Well,
These things
it is
are
what it is.
destructive. People have actually had violence
conspiracy
done over these
theories.
things.
These are conspiracy
Correct.
theories that
all
some
that have
people
books about them, though.
Yeah, but it is worth debunking. For the safety, if you want us to not stop talking about this, let's talk and debunk it.
I
Right,
wouldn't
but the one
recommend you
thing
read
that we did look up that wasn't a conspiracy theory was the following. And this is the one that's kind of weird. And first thing I ask myself is, how the hell is our guy here, Anthony Weiner, still alive? What do you mean by that?
Okay. Hey, man.
What do you mean by that?
Okay.
Well, when you go through the list of people that have been close to Hillary Clinton and the Clintons, and the death pool. This is not a conspiracy. You got the names of James McDougal, okay, Clinton's convicted Whitewater partner, died of an apparent heart attack. You know, Mary Mahoney, a former White House intern, was murdered July 1997 at a Starbucks coffee shop in Georgetown.
Ron Brown, he died in a plane crash.
Vince Foster
What is this?
He was killed along with 34 others in a 1996 plane crash in Croatia. Debunked. We like to talk about that.
Foster was the next one. By the way, the James Dougal was a key witness in a key Ken Starr investigation.
Ron Brown was in a plane crash. Why is he on the list?
Ron Brown is another one, but there was a close person to this. Victor Razor. You got Paul Tooley, Ed Woolley.
Wait a minute. You're reading a list of people that Bill and Hillary Clinton knew. They're 80. They're 70-something years old.
I'm asking you this question. I'm asking you this question and an answer at the end. So you got Jerry Parks, Jane Bunch, James Wilson, Kathy Ferguson, Bill Shelton, Candy Bow, Florence Martin, Susan Coleman, Paula Grober, Danny Casolero, Paula Wilker, John Parnell.
Ladies and gentlemen, we need to check these names one by one. I'm not sure what the heck is happening. All I'm trying to say, if somebody is working with specific people and many of them are suddenly gone, I would be suspicious. Even if it would say it's a plane crash. I'm like, yeah, maybe somebody did something about that plane crash. I don't know. I'm just saying it will catch people's attention. I'm not alleging anything.
But wait, there's more.
Walker, Barbara Weiss. We should verify this yourself because you're running a radio show. You should look it up.
I don't know any of these
Dr.
names,
Stanley Hurd, Barry Beal, Barry Seal, Johnny Longhorn,
Can you read me the URL you're reading? Can you read me the URL?
Good point.
We'll send you the most credible source you can look it up.
Know what you're reading.
We'll put the link below. We'll put the link below.
Just tell me so I know what I'm responding
Friday,
to.
Kevin Ivey, Dan Henry, Keith Coney. And these were part of the Ivy Henry case. Keith McCaskill.
What's the Ivy Henry case?
You can look it up. Ivy Henry case. So Gregory Collins, Jeff Rhodes, James Milland, Richard Winter, and then you got the close bodyguards, Major William Barkley, Captain Scott Reynolds, Brian Hanley, Tim Sable, General William.
How can you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? Oh,
you don't even know what you're reading a list of. How is this? How is this helpful?
Robert Kelly, Colonel Gary Rhodes, Steve Wills, Robert Williams, Conway LeBlue, Todd McKeon. I'm done. It's 46 names. And
of what? Can you read me the list? Can you read me the URL so I know what you read a list of before I answer any questions about it?
When I finish this, stillindthestorm.com. You can look it up.
Stillindthestorm.com. You can look it up. It's a big moment, guys.
Yeah. So you can go. And by the way,
ads about chemtrails at the end of it.
He hasn't even asked the question. He's just reading the article.
He's reading a list of names.
So he hasn't even asked the question. It's a list.
The fact that you're getting nervous is an answer.
It's not nervous. This stuff makes me sick when you repeat
exactly.
these
It makes us sick as well. It also makes us sick.
It doesn't.
Of course, because the establishment makes us sick.
You start the question by reading a list of well-founded...
Your reaction is an answer.
I would say if somebody has something that bothers him, due coincidence, and you have worked with a person that some of these coincidences has happened, why am I not allowed to ask you the question directly in a way that I've seen this happen in the job that you have doing in your past? What do you think about it? The fact that you might act a little different and defensive about certain things, it makes me wonder. That's all I'm saying. I'm not alleging anything, but the fact that you don't want to answer, it kind of alleges what I'm thinking. That's it.
Conspiracy. I know these things make me sick, and people
Your
got killed.
reaction is an answer.
Someone went into a pizza parlor in Washington because they believe this shit, and you're making an echo chamber.
Your reaction is an answer. So let me go to it here now.
No.
Your reaction is an answer.
List. Yeah, my reaction is my reaction.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you tell me what that list, in your view?
You haven't allowed me to finish. If you allow me to finish the question,
you're reading 46
then
random
you can
names
do
off the internet
whatever you want.
Of some fucking insane website.
I love your answer.
And
because
these people who you don't even know who they are, you're reading them on a list of something, making some kind of as if it's somehow suspicious. You don't even know who these human beings are, who have families, who are like out there, and now
I'll spend the next 2 hours with you one by one.
What do you think the family would be saying in this situation? They would be saying the same thing. 100%. If one disappears, okay, but a few at the same job, near the same possible person, I'll be suspicious. Maybe not exactly Bill Clinton and Hillary, but definitely a job working for a president, right?
Explaining who these individuals are if you want to do that.
How about you pick one? Pick one and tell me who he was and what his story was. No, not you. You were asking me the question. Pick one name and then tell me.
Pull up Vince Foster if you want.
Vince Foster, that suicide has been investigated 50 times. Pull up one of the obscure names you pulled. Why did you pull Ron Brown? Here, let me read Ron Brown. Ron Brown, a Commerce Secretary who a plane crashed while he was on a humanitarian mission, crashed into the side of a mountain. So what do you want to know about Ron Brown? What do you want to know about Ron Brown?
Can you let me ask the question?
No, listen, this is a conversation.
No.
He has a good point, but like, isolate the incident. Just because somebody does one bad thing, you cannot blame everybody else like, hey, it's a bad book for one chapter. That's just like you like the person, but oh my God, he shake Trump's hand. I don't like him anymore.
So funny.
Isolate the incident. Certain people just cannot do that.
We're having a conversation.
I'm sorry. I'm the host. You invite me to your podcast. You get to ask the question. I'm the host.
I'm
going to ask you the question. You don't let me answer the question.
I didn't see
your reaction is already an answer.
I know. I am infuriated by people who drag other people's names who are powerless. You're not powerless.
Hillary Clinton is powerless?
No, these people.
Hillary Clinton is
these
powerless.
People.
That's the problem.
These people.
Hillary's the problem.
You read a list of people because you have the power to do it. People who do that are bullies, and I don't appreciate bullies.
I have the power to do what?
You do. To read a list of some stranger's name.
To use the DOJ and other things to control
That's
and hide
not
things?
DOJ.
Yeah.
DOJ didn't make this list.
Let me finish up my question.
Some jackass made a list in his
You have
basement.
the right to
You're reading their
answer.
names as if they're incriminating in
You have
some
the
way.
right to
That's
answer.
bullying, and
You
I don't
have-
appreciate. And
you
I
have the-
stand up against bullies.
Please do so.
He hasn't even asked the question yet.
I wonder what the family would say in this situation when somebody is literally trying to find out what the heck happened to that person. I would never expect it. Don't investigate my father.
Reading a list and he's refused. And now he says, let's move on.
No.
Because I set your answer
Nobody
already.
has said move
He
on.
hasn't
You're
even asked the
panicking.
question.
Pick a name. Pick a name.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Reading
And you get
a
to
list
answer
of people who
or not
probably
answer.
And there are some of those people that had military titles in front of them, and you're
Exactly.
dragging their
That's
name.
even the
You're
point.
dragging
Oh, wait a second. If you know there were military titles in front of these names, that means you do know them. So the fact that you act like I don't know them, what is this list?
their name
That's
through
even the point.
You should be ashamed
because
of yourself.
their families would want to know.
Because you've got
Yeah.
a
Some of their
you can
families
read
would wanna
some,
know.
some conspiracy theory podcast,
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
some conspiracy theory that 9 people
I
read.
got you.
Buzzword.
You find some guy that comes in, and then
Congratulations,
you go from Ron Brown to some obscure officer
Yes.
that used to protect Bill Clinton, who passed away. May he rest in peace for his
May
service.
all of them rest in
and
peace.
you are dragging them into some
May
wacky
all of them
conspiracy
rest
theory.
in peace. May all of them rest in peace. So here's the question for you. Because millions of people are not convinced Hillary Clinton is a good
Again,
person.
with the other people, millions
including
of people.
myself.
I don't think that I've never met any person, I'm not even right wing or whatever you want to call it, just independent thinker. If I bring them this fact, everybody would think the same. Something's fishy about it. I can't prove it. But if I had the choice to work for him or somebody else, I would choose somebody else.
What would have been your last words to Drew?
Run, bitch! Run!
If you want to do
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
I'm not
put the
I'm
questions
not
in your
worried
own.
about.
Don't
ask
try
the
to make
question.
it about some bozo who put up a website. Put in your own words.
Here's a question for you, Guy. It's a very simple question for you. So, how is it when you think about other candidates? Okay,
It doesn't happen a lot with other candidates.
everybody has a stereotype.
Yes.
You have a reputation whether you like it or not. What's your reputation? Your reputation is you like to text underage girls and you like
Wait,
to talk to girls and you sending pictures of your dangling. That's your reputation.
That's not a good reputation. Well, I guess that's why they have a divorce. Okay, that's a bad reputation, man. Yikes.
When's that, you know?
Whatever you do, you can't do anything about it. Adam has a reputation. Adam is a playboy in Miami.
better get back to that list of strangers you read a
trust
list
me,
of.
I'm getting back to it. Tom's got a reputation. His reputation is a man who
And right now,
loves
your
his wife.
reputation is listing strangers.
You keep interrupting, trying to divert the conversation. He's trying to say that certain people have a reputation, just like the people that work for specific people.
Strangers who served in the military and dragging their name
I
through
have
the
a
dirt.
reputation to ask tough questions and piss some people like you off. That's my
including
reputation.
including dead people who I'm going to stand up for.
Oh, trust me, we are standing up for them more than you are standing up for them.
Let's see. You better
My
get back
que-
to that list
my
because we're going to
question-
clear some people's names today.
My question for you is, how is it that in the last 50 years, we don't have a single candidate? Everybody has their own. Hey, John F. K. was a playboy with Marilyn Monroe. Trump, Karen McDougal, Stormy Daniels. You know, George Bush linked to 9/11 and weapons of mass destruction. Bill Clinton linked to Arkansas women, all this others. Everybody has a reputation. How is it that the reputation that follows them is people close to them die? Why is that a story that many people believe in? Why?
People die every day. They have people. I'm like, at the same job?
How are the Clintons in their 70s yet? You don't think I can make a list of other people who are 70-something years old and say this person
How
died,
come
that
they haven't
person
done
died,
that
this
with
person
Bush?
died? Hold on.
How come they haven't done that with Bush? He's in the same age.
I have no freaking idea why they haven't.
How come they haven't done that with
hold on a
Trump?
second. But so are you saying? So you agree with what I'm saying?
How come they haven't done that with Reagan?
So
how come they haven't done that with Kerry?
What point are you making about these men and women
How
who you
is it
listed?
so many people close to them died? How is it so many people close to them
everybody dies?
No shit.
Not today.
He's talking about specific information that are very important, that once they seem to find out something about that information, they seem to disappear when it's information that usually is supposed to be deleted. It attracts attention. I have one eye and I can see it.
How is
Are
it
you
so
suggesting? Okay.
I'm asking the question.
You're
is what
asking
I'm doing.
a bizarre question.
Exactly.
Did
It's
people
pissing
die?
You off.
You serious?
Did people die? No.
He
what
did.
pisses me off, and I'm going to
Is
say
what?
this again because you apparently are not listening to me. You read a list
Yeah.
of people off an obscure website that of conspiracy theory, taking a Venn diagram of everyone that ever worked in the orbit of someone who served in public life for 50 years, and you listed them, including people in the military, including strangers you could not pull out of a, and you are implying
let me
that
simplify
there's
it for
something
you,
nefarious. Let me
man.
finish my thought.
Let me
finish my
simplify.
thought.
Please do so, because I got another
Let me
source
finish my
coming in
thought.
here for you.
You're implying both
Yeah.
with the question and with the website. The website says it explicitly.
I'll
You're
give you
implying it.
another website.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
You're
Don't pull it up
implying that
until
something.
he's done.
You
Don't
are
pull it up
implying.
until he's done. Go for it.
You are implying that something nefarious is
Finally.
afoot both with the question
Yeah.
and with the list.
Okay.
Hillary Clinton, she's a big girl. I'm a big boy. You're a big boy. The people that you just listed.
They're all.
Listen to me. No, these
Yeah.
are obscure people that you
Yeah, let him proceed. I want to hear him speak. Let him speak.
could
You're
not
a
pull out.
great politician, buddy.
Wait a minute, hold on. Let me,
Fantastic.
you know what? You are the classic bully. You list someone's name.
You
and
are
you going to go back
if
and
there's
clarify?
anybody that's the
Are
bully,
you going to
it's
go
you.
clarify?
You know what the
Are you going to
qualities of your
clarify this list?
personality is. You
I
wanna
don't want
really
you
know
could
that.
ad hominem attack on me.
Yeah.
Is going to somehow
Classic
clear that
bully.
person's name.
There isn't anybody at this table that's a bigger bully than
I
you.
tell you. Oh yeah. You just
Yeah.
listed some stranger with
Very
PFC.
good,
with
deceptive
PFC.
way of pinning. Good
Look
for
at
you guys.
You're reading some.
Good for
You're
you.
reading a conspiracy website.
Good
and saying,
for you.
Some people say.
Yeah.
Some people.
It got a little personal. The fact that PBD said, yeah, you can be a very good politician. That hits hard.
People
Pull
say,
up the Wikipedia
look at that fucking
Rob I just
website.
sent to you. Pull up the Wikipedia. Is
you wanna-
Wikipedia a conspiracy website?
You want to take?
No.
You want to take a run at me?
Wikipedia-
Bring it all day,
Okay,
pal.
no, hey,
bring it all day.
sweetheart,
Take a run at me.
Clinton
Do not,
body count.
Conspiracy theory,
Yeah.
right at the top. Wait, can I throw a mic I can drop? Conspiracy, right at the top.
What's the point with that?
The point is, conspiracy
point with
theories are
that?
by their very definition
Yeah.
unsubstantiated.
How come other people don't have this conspiracy theory?
Yeah.
How come Reagan doesn't have this conspiracy
the point.
theory?
Oh, wait a minute,
How
hold
come
it.
Bush doesn't have this conspiracy
Newsflash on
theory?
the PDB
How
podcast.
come John Kerry
people
doesn't
say
have this
shit about the
conspiracy theory?
Clintons. Oh, wow,
Oh,
really?
Why do they though? Some of the stereotypes are true. Like you have some reputation. It's true, some of it. Some of the stuff they say about other people
That's
is
not
true.
a stereotype. That's a made-up story about
Oh,
strangers.
How come others don't have that made-up story?
People have it all the time. Look at the internet.
Give me another.
That is freaking impossible. If Trump had so many bodyguards that passed away, 100% it would be story of the time. Any other right-wing person.
I think my brain just committed suicide.
Body count with another president or candidate. Give me
Do
another
you
person.
really think that someone
Pull up,
within the
do me a favor
do
and
you
pull
really
up another
think?
Barack Obama body
Do
count.
you really think? Oh, why don't you go to Barack Obama, not born in this country?
Um,
By the way, where was that podcast? Did you guys do that one?
No,
What?
that's never anything
Why?
we discussed.
Oh, why? Oh, come on. Some people say it.
Anthony,
there's a
you're
there's a Wikipedia
Yeah.
thing on it. Huh. These people are strangers that you just read a list of, and I think out of deference to them,
You're a dark human
out
being
of- out of-
guy. You're
settle
pretty
down,
dark.
pal. Settle down.
No. You're
You
pretty
should cut
dark to
that
take
list
the
out.
angle you did. You're
you should cut.
exactly.
Listen to me. You're talking topless
yeah.
now.
Oh, okay.
You should cut that list out of those
Sure,
people. We can still have
absolutely.
the argument. You and I
No,
are big boys.
absolutely.
Cut that list
I'm
out.
not going to be cutting that list because the world
That's
needs.
right.
Here's what everybody
Yeah,
needs
the
to.
world needs that poor person's family that you can't even name.
Exactly. That some people
maybe that nobody even dares to fight. Why would you fight against somebody that worked for a president? You feel useless.
say, what does it matter now? They're
Some
dead.
people say.
What does it matter now?
Some
They're
people
dead. Can
say.
you play that clip
Famous
again?
podcast
Play
host
that
says
clip
some
again.
people say.
Play that clip again. What does it matter now?
Listing those people on some obscure website as if something about their death was shrouded in some kind of a mystery, dishonors their memory. Now,
this is
if you are Hillary Clinton if you are Hillary,
It's like he thinks they're really going to get an anxiety attack or something like that. The idea that nobody is asking the question and that you're opening a new wound, the fact that people care might even close the wound. But maybe that's something that you never understand because the government always comes to help. You're used to hear that message.
Right there. Go play it right there.
play it from the 1/10 of a second
Some
mark.
Americans. What difference at this point does it make?
That's what you
Yeah,
sound
but
like.
let's hear it.
What a script.
Let's
You're
hear it.
duplicating it very well.
Let's hear.
Yeah.
You're
Let's hear.
duplicating
By
that
the way,
script
do you
very well.
disagree with her point?
Learn from the
Of
master.
course I do.
You do?
Of course
that
I
it
do.
matters whether it was a protest that came from Libya to that family.
Do you know
to that family? And by the way, do you know why she cleaned the Republicans' clock in that hearing? Because she talked about how many
Clean
times.
the clock? She
Yeah.
ain't a president, guy. That's cleaning the clock. The American people cleaned her clock.
No, in the Benghazi hearing.
Yeah.
Focus.
Why do you think she's not a president?
Focus.
Why do you
The
think she's not a
Benghazi
president?
hearing.
The
Focus.
American people
You bring
cleaned her
up a
clock.
clip.
Goddamn right.
And then you want to change it to 2006.
No,
Let's talk about
yo,
that clip
what
for a
she
second.
did to the Republicans. So going back to it, here's what you're doing right now, which is fantastic. You just influenced
you don't believe that, do
a
you?
lot of people to go do their own due diligence. You just influence a lot of
you
people
can
to go do their own
find
due
you
diligence.
can find
Go
utter
do it.
dirt. No, you did
Find
that,
out
pal.
for yourself. No,
I saw what you did by listing the conspiracy theories you're not going to ask about.
I'm not
I
gonna
saw
ask
what you
about
did.
those things.
I'm sorry, that was dishonorable.
Yeah, that's which part's dishonorable?
The list of conspiracy theory you know is bullshit, but still putting
Yeah,
it out
but
there.
This thing, there's a lot of
I think
credibility sources
people
behind
want
this.
bullshit's not true. Look at what you had to cite. Cite any media that you would ever read in your day-to-day life for that. Cite anything. Go call one of those people.
still
have
can't
one
answer questions,
Have
can
one
you?
of your No, you make a point now. I'm responding to it. Have one of your.
How do you want him to go ask these people personally when I know the first thing that you're going to say is, well, whatever they said, it's anecdotal. They want some money. You won't even believe it. But the fact that they can name people that were near the same job, working for the same person, related to specific situation, then you're going to be like, ooh, it's not anecdotal anymore. But of course, you're going to say it's QAnon. Label them in a group as if they're crazies too. I'm like, come on, man.
Your producers call up one of those families and tell them if they want to be listed in one of these conspiracy podcasts.
You're so sweet for saying that. You're so sweet for playing this deceptive game. I got to tell you from watching you for
Have
the
you
last.
do that?
I got to tell you.
I know this is not what you're used to, man. I'm sorry. It's funny. I texted with someone. Should I give them what they're used to, or should I, whatever? And they said just whatever.
You know how I knew who you were the moment you walked here. You know how I knew who you were when you walked in here?
Because I disagree with you, man.
Let me tell you.
We have too much of this.
No. Let me tell you who you are, guy. Here's who you are.
This is good media. You're getting good content.
This is who you are. You walk up here and you said, "What's your name?"
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that.
No.
You went on a show.
You said, "What's your name?" And then you say, "I called my friends to say, should I give these guys this?" You know the name, you know the show, but you're
No.
typical
I was
elitist,
trying to find if
arrogant
you use your whole
guy
first
that's
name.
Like, hey, so it's like the
I
player.
apologize.
What's your name?
I
Because
apologize.
you're above everybody
No,
else as an elitist.
I apologize.
You position yourself as an
I
elitist
didn't
from
know
the
if
first
you
second,
used-
and I was willing to give you a fair shake.
I apologize.
You walked up as an asshole, and
No.
that's what you're
I
getting.
apologize. I
Yeah.
apologize. I didn't know if you used the shortened version of your name. I should have researched that and
No,
listened
you
to how
didn't
other
say
people
that.
do it.
You said, "What's your name?"
I know to see if you would give me a hint about what you say.
And then
People
when
do
I
it with
said,
me when I do Tony or
I got
Anthony.
a good memory
I
like you do,
apologize.
guy. You said,
I
"What's your name?"
apologize.
I said Patrick. Then you ask, "Do you prefer Pat or Patrick?"
That's
if you
I
knew
was
my
trying
name
to
is
be-
Patrick, you would have eliminated one of the questions and you would have asked. So the point is, and by the way,
I was
here's
hoping
the part.
you'd identify yourself.
I identify
You're
myself
right. I
as a
apologize.
male, as a father, as an entrepreneur.
I
But to
apologize.
go back to your question.
I apologize. Do you accept my amends?
From
I apologize.
Sure,
for
I
that.
respect
I
the
apologize
game.
for that.
But the point I'm making to you is if you come in like that and I'm asking you a question, you react
You're
the way
reading
you
too
do.
much into it. You're reading too much. I apologize for that. That was socially wrong of me to do. I was trying to learn whether you go by Pat or Patrick.
Okay. And it might be true. It might be true. But the thing is, there are certain ways that you can talk to people. You might have a little attitude. You're already asking people because you already call these people right-wingers sometimes, just because they're quite center and they just want to have an honest conversation. And sometimes people want to ask questions when you ask the public that come to your podcast to have an honest conversation. And if they have specific questions that you can research that makes you make question, and you ask them, and immediately you're attacked. And the first time you're going to meet this person, and you're like, "Hey man, what's your name?" It feels different. It might be true that he might be confused. He doesn't know the name. He isn't sure. But hey, then if you ask the name, My apology. I meant this. I thought your name. There is a certain way you can approach certain things, but you're not going to go to a podcast about to a person and be like, you know what? I don't know your name. But anyway, maybe I'm looking into too much into it because his words is squeezing in my brain, so I'm start thinking a little empathetic. Let me know what you guys think about the whole situation, and see you guys in the next one. Peace.